Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to draw 5 portraits for the 100 heads challenge. I've decided to draw every time for 5 portraits, and for every 5 portraits use another material or the combination of materials. My goal is to form my own style of portrait drawings. I'm starting today with a very quick, raw and simple sketches. Today I've decided not to think much about the anatomy and the rules. My goal is just try to quickly capture the essence of every face as well as I can. Let's start to color this lovely old lady. For starters, let me tell you about my today's materials of choice. The previous time I draw portraits with the acrylic markers and it was a good experience overall, but the problem was that in my set of markers there's not enough of darker shades to work on shadows or darker skins very well. That was quite hard. And also I wanted to pay more attention to some details. And afterwards, I couldn't stop thinking that if I could edit some colored pencils on top of these acrylic markers, it would have turned out to be so much easier for me and just better. That is why today my materials are acrylic markers and colored pencils. And this portrait became my first try, and it seems to me it turned out to be quite well, but let me tell you, in this first process, I was just still figuring out how to use this combination better. So I'm not entirely content with the result, but as a first try, that's lovely. Moving on to the second portrait. The girl from this reference looks absolutely cosmic. She is so ethereal and absolutely unearthly. I love this reference so much. And I'm a tiny bit disappointed in myself because I don't think that I was successful in capturing her ethereal appearance quite well. It was still very interesting to draw, but she's so gorgeous and unique and beautiful. And I think I drew her to be just more normal, more average, which is sad. The resemblance wasn't my goal anyway, so it's not what I'm sad about. With my type of drawings this time, that's okay that the girl that I drew is not that similar to the reference. I'm okay with that. But I wanted to capture the essence of the portrait and I failed this attempt. Okay, I can live with that. Anyway, maybe in my drawing she's not so average too, because it's still her. There is some bits of this cosmic appearance in my drawing too, so I shouldn't be so harsh to myself, right? Yeah, it's just I wanted more. Okay, let me start with the third lady. And she is so gorgeous. She looks so fierce. I like this reference so very much. In my previous video about 100 heads challenge, I had this problem. I've mentioned it before with the dark markers. And one of kinda ruined portraits was the first one with the dark-skinned lady. She turned out to be a little bit ashy because of that. It made me really sad. But this time I don't expect any problems. I do have colored pencils to correct every tone problem that I could possibly have. The only thing that can make it a little bit harder for me this time is the fact that this time, in contrast to the previous one, I chose the only one colored scheme for every portrait. So last time I chose new colored scheme for every new head. And this time I'm going to color all the faces with the same selection of markers and colored pencils. So, I just had to make it a little bit harder for me. The challenge, the challenge is important. So this time, when I'm coloring, I don't think a lot about the actual color being right. I think more about the volume and about the color being cold or warm, cooler or warmer. I actually do really like working with limited palettes. It works well for me most of the time. So moving on to the next reference. By the way, I don't choose references for every video specifically. I created the big board on Pinterest. There is already 100 references there, and I just draw them one by one. So it makes it easier for me, so I don't need to choose new reference every time. It's already there. If you're interested, there's a link to this board in the description under the video. Let me tell you a little bit about the technique that I started to come up with in this drawing session. At the beginning of the video, I drew more with the markers. Everything that I could do with the markers, I did with it. And afterwards, I tried to add with a pencil just tiny bit the things that I couldn't do with markers at all. With every new portrait, I changed my ways, and by the end of it, I started to use markers more as a base for big shapes and stuff like that. Big colored blocks, little bit of shading here and there. And then I started to draw more and more pencils on top because it was just so much more convenient for me and easier, and I had more fun somehow. So almost all of detailing came from pencils anyway. Maybe this has something to do with the size of these portraits. They are like really small, and it's so much easier to draw teeny tiny details with the colored pencils than with the brush markers. Those markers, they have pretty narrow tips and stuff, but still pencils are smaller, so anyway, I think this girl looks absolutely gorgeous. I kinda failed her eyes, I think. They're like not even or something wrong. Something is just wrong with her eyes, but okay, that happens. Anyway, I like how her hairs turned out, especially this shine. The shine looks very good. I'm particularly proud of the shine of her hair for some reason. It's a tiny detail, but sometimes you're proud of small things. And the last one. God, I have such a great variety of gorgeous women on this page today. I feel blessed. Yeah, I know that was me who chose all these references. But anyway, that's great. This lady is absolutely tremendously gorgeous, unbelievable. And unfortunately, I do think that I didn't do a very good job drawing her. First of all, I think I was just a little bit tired by the end of this drawing session, so that is why the last one probably is not that good. And also the size. Probably I should have drawn them bigger because, especially this one, this amazing woman, she has such a gorgeous, voluminous hair, and to convey this hair, and because I wanted to draw the hair too, there was no much space to face left. So the face is so tiny and it was so hard to draw every details that I wanted. So I made mistakes because of it. I don't really like to draw such small things. I do prefer bigger sized drawings. So I think this was also the problem, like big one. It does make me very sad because this reference is gorgeous and I like this reference so much. So now I think I'm going to draw this woman again, not as a part of the challenge, just by itself, bigger sized or stuff like that. I will definitely draw her again, she's gorgeous. Well, I mean, overall, it's not completely ruined, but I expected more. Anyway, I do think this is a very successful sketchbook page. All the women turned out to be either great or just decent anyway. They look together very well because the color scheme is the same all over the portrait. So I like it and I spent great time drawing them. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned because more videos to come. Consider subscribing, please. It will help a lot. Thank you again. Goodbye. See you in my next videos.